Hey everybody, welcome back to the Ski Summit Show. This week we're covering what's happening in Summit County, from the music and the nightlife in Frisco to a big conversation about taxes on vacant properties in the mountains. We're also going to break into a quick market minute on the FinCEN subject and reporting rules and things coming up, plus our listing of the week. Stay tuned. Ever dreamed of living in the heart of the Colorado mountains? Join me, Matt Dayton, Breckenridge native, Olympian, and mountain real estate expert. Here on the Ski Summit Show, we dive into everything you need to know about buying, investing, and living in iconic ski towns like Breckenridge, Frisco, and Keystone. From mountain real estate trends to investment opportunities, we bring you on the inside to help you make the most of your mountain life. Welcome to the Ski Summit Real Estate Show. Thank you so much for being here. Hey, Benji, you're huge. I'm here with Benji, my host. This is number 145, and we are going to roll with some different things going on here in Summit County, keeping you posted and up to date as always. So what do we got going on, Benji?
I think it's going to make me huge again, but for this next segment, this is what's happening. Okay.
Whoa.
We'll make you big. All right. So what's happening out here? We're talking about live music and nightlife highlights. Let me go find that really quick.
Yeah, so we got some good music coming up here, coming at the 10 Mile Music Hall in Frisco.
Yeah.
That's right at the link junction between the main drag there through Frisco and Main Street.
Yeah. A lot of stuff happening between now and Saturday. Kicks off on Thursday with Joss Teed and DMVU. And then Flamingosis. I know I'm saying that wrong. Flamingosis at 10 Mile Hall on Friday. And then Big Gigantic on Saturday at 10 Mile. And then Side Piece again on Saturday, January 31st at 10 p.m.
Cool. I think that'll be fun. Great venue there. That was actually designed by my buddy Brett Confer with BCA Architecture, if you're ever looking for a great architecture firm up here. But the music and the sound in that venue is fantastic. So yeah, I would recommend checking it out.
Very cool. Well, that moves us into our next segment where we're talking about news items. That made me huge again. All right. Well, we're talking about vacant homes getting taxed in Colorado. Tell me what they're thinking about doing.
Yeah. So this article's talking a little bit about a proposal. Again, this is just a proposal at this point, but there is a contingent that wants to push forward with taxing vacant homes. These aren't short-term rental homes, homes that are being used regularly. These are homes that are sitting empty, vacant the majority of the year. So definitely some really interesting stuff going on there. I really got to say, this is one of those things where you got to think about what are the short-term implications, what are the long-term implications. Every action has a reaction. The article talks about it could be constitutionally unsound. So that's one thing that they got to look at. They open up a bag of worms for lawsuits, but 40% of the homes in the mountain counties sit vacant throughout the year. So that's what they're looking at. Does this make sense? Is there missed revenue because these properties are sitting vacant, nobody's coming, shopping, eating at restaurants? Or is it something that's going to impact home ownership? I mean, if you can't short-term rent your house because you bought it and you want to use it and it just sits vacant, should you just have the right to be able to let your house sit vacant without being penalized on the taxes? Because you might have already been penalized on the short-term rental restrictions. So some interesting conversations to be had, but that's on the docket.
Yeah, it kind of makes me wonder what the upside is if I'm an owner.
You know, from that standpoint, here's what maybe an upside could be. If they take that money from those taxes and they put it towards affordable workforce housing, we need workforce up here.
Yeah.
Any way you slice it, there's people that got the servers, the police, the ambulance driver. It's like everybody's got to have a place to live around here. So kind of kicking into the kitty a little bit more to make sure that we have a sustainable workforce. That would be one good argument for it.
Okay. Well, that moves us into FinCEN.
So FinCEN, yeah.
Hold on
Residential real estate reporting rule goes into effect on March 1st of 2026. FinCEN is the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network.
Okay.
It sounds villainous.
Yeah, it does.
So basically what this is going to require is additional reporting when you purchase a property, if you're paying cash, there's basically three different situations that this would come into. It's a non-financed entity, the transferee is an entity or a trust, and then it has to be real estate property. So those three things have to be met to fall into the requirement of this FinCEN reporting. And essentially, they're just trying to crack down on any possible fraud that could happen, or, money laundering through real estate. So this is something that's going to be required. Title companies are going to require it. The thing as a consumer to really keep in mind is to stay ahead of this, because if you didn't, it could delay closing. And as a buyer, if you didn't plan ahead and it did delay closing, you could be in default. So it kind of is a big deal. Make sure you stay on top of it. So best rule of thumb, you're buying residential property and there isn't a bank, like a federal or Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac backed mortgage on it, I would definitely make sure you're in compliance.
FinCEN. I thought we were going to be talking about some funny incel or something.
Something with sharp, pointy objects. No.
FinCEN?
Kind of sounds like it. So we're fencing.
All right. Well, that moves us into our listing of the week. And today we're talking about 60 East Main Street. And it is downtown, I guess, in Frisco.
Yeah. So this is a great little residential or commercial space that we have in Frisco. It's right on Main Street. There's new building projects that are going in right next door, just down the street. Going to have more commercial, more residential. So that's going to extend Frisco Main Street to what would be the west, and it's going to continue to bring more people into that area. So I think this is a good buy. We've got this one listed for $395,000. It's an 855 square foot commercial space, all on the main floor. So, you've got just a Main Street window shop front property, going to be able to have some different opportunities. So I think, if somebody's looking to get in on Main Street with a business, this is a good one.
Yeah, it's really good. It looks like there's garage even on the back side of the whole building.
There are garages on the back side. This one doesn't have that with it, but it's surface parking, but there are parking spaces around the back for people that are working there. And then of course there's out front, there's plenty of parking. It's never filled up out there.
I wonder how long the current tenants have been in there for.
He's been there for quite a while.
Yeah.
So yeah, could come with the space if you just wanted to buy it and have a tenant that's a good tenant in place, or you put your own business in there as well.
Benji does.
There you are. I got a space for you.
Right in Colorado.
Come on over, Benji.
Well, that's all I've got for us for this week. Let me get my head out of the way.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us, the Ski Summit Real Estate Show. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Always here. Also, like and subscribe. We always appreciate that. We'll keep bringing you this information and this news as long as you make us feel good about ourselves. So thanks for watching and have a great day. We hope to see you in the mountains soon.